Hey guys, and welcome back to another video and the first sneak peek leading into the next summer update, the next big update which is coming. And guys, this time is going to be different. This time we have every single day a nice sneak peek for you guys, so make sure to follow this channel to have always the best news kind of coming your way. This one is going to be the new loading screen of the new update, which is kind of nice and refreshing. So the things which you're here and looking for are obviously not the loading screen. It's going to be the new levels which we have for defenses, heroes, and troops. The first two new things are going to be the cannon and the wizard tower. I think both of them are aimed to kind of nerf the ground meta right now. In addition to that, we have a new spring trap, which all is kind of focused together to nerf a little bit more the ground armies, which are so popular and strong right now. So we have like Hybrid and Yeti Smash, and both of them are getting weakened a little bit by those changes. Then we have the next things, which are going to be the new hero levels. We have 5 new levels for the king, 5 new levels for the queen, and I think for at least a little bit of time, this is going to be the max level of the new heroes, because both of the maxed levels will cost 300,000. Yes, 300,000 dark elixir. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. I'm already hyped to farm this. So yeah, this is a lot of dark elixir, and those are going to be the costs for the new heroes on the maxed level. I showed you guys all of the stats, but one quick reminder: all of those stats might change into the live build. But yeah, so the next thing which are going to come are the new troop levels, and one of the new troop levels is going to be the new archer level. So the new archer level is kind of the same level as the barbarian. And guys, if you're thinking, well, those are completely useless to level, not really, because the troops which are getting spawned by your king and your queen having the same level as the archers or barbarians in your laboratory. So they're actually pretty important, especially the barbarians, because they're getting spawned by your king and they're dealing tons of damage in the rage. The next troop which is getting a new level is going to be the baby dragon. Yes, the baby dragon is getting a new level, which is kind of nice for funneling, but the next big bad boy is the golem. The golem is getting a new level as well, but to be honest, I mean, the golem right now is not that good, to be honest. Let's see how many more buffs they're getting into the golem, or like new levels, until he's actually useful again. But I feel like right now the golem is just not in the meta. Another really big boy who is in the meta though is going to be the lava hound. So this one is going to be a huge buff for Lalo and every single defense, because, well, the lava hound in the defense is pretty nice. The next things which get a new level are going to be the siege machines. The siege barracks is already at max with level 4, but all of the other 3 will get a new level as well, which means like the blimp, the battle blimp, the slammer, and obviously the war wrecker. All of them are getting one new level, so all of them are now at level 4. Now we have to talk about a couple of more things, obviously, like spells, and that's going to be the big ones. But before we're getting into that, I want to show you guys how the new troops look like. And for this, we will just train them and take a look at how exactly they're looking like. So yeah, I think we can just jam those, right? So let's jam those and take a look at the army camps. And the first things which springs into my, gets into my eye at least, is the new lava hound level. This is looking crazy cool with like this red, and especially as soon as we're getting later into a couple of attacks, the lava hound is just looking so sick, to be honest. The other troops are looking kind of nice, but to be honest, the lava hound for me is by far my favorite troop-wise when it comes down to the design. So really great job by the designing team over there. But now let's get into the new spells, and the new OP spell is going to be the Zap. Yes, you guys heard correct. The lightning spell is actually OP now. And if you guys are wondering how exactly, well, take a look at the housing space. The housing space is reduced to 1. Obviously, the radius and everything and the damage, etc. got changed as well. But it's just so much stronger right now. I will show you guys that in a second, but let's take a look at the second spell, which is getting a new level, which is going to be the clone spell. And to be honest, this one is more like meh, because there are only 3 more housing space added to this one, which means most of the time you're using the clone spell in combination with like an electron, which means like loons or the electro dragon itself. And those 3 housing space are kind of wasted, to be honest, on this one. So let's get back to the really nice thing. Let's get back to the zap spell. I want to show you guys first off in a couple of like small things what exactly you can zap now with that, and then we'll take a look at a couple of attacks and how you guys can use the zap spell and basically triple any base. So let's take a look at first. And this thing didn't really got changed. The Town Hall still is storage for the zap spell, so you won't do any damage to storages. But let's take a look at the, well, Inferno Tower or at the Eagle. And now you can see as well, the zap is now doing a located damage and as well is stunning the opposing defense or hero for a short amount of time. This is actually pretty useful if you want to reset like Inferno Towers whatsoever. Still, most of the time the free spell is better, but if you want to take care of the sweeper, for example, you need only 2 zaps. That's crazy. 2 zaps to take out 1 sweeper. That's pretty nuts. That's pretty nuts because this means Dragons and Lalo do not need to worry anymore about those freaking sweepers. But now, obviously, let's talk about heroes. Yes, you can zap those too, even though I think those are not really worth it. I think your main objectives is going to be sweepers, and obviously the next thing, which I will show you guys in a second, is air defenses. You can take down a max air defense with 3 zap spells, which means that's pretty nutty. That's pretty good. So this in combination means Dragons are getting a huge comeback in my opinion. I mean, Dragbat was already pretty strong, but I think, even though I think Dragbat is still around, I think the new Dragon and Zap spell together is way stronger than the other option. I Zap spelled pretty early on the Sweeper and the Air Defense, so both of them are out of the way. And now let's just do the Sui on the left side, like just put our King and our Queen over there, Wall Break in, get the Ice Golem in, and so far everything's looking really good for us. Now the Queen is going in and taking down the Inferno Tower and if possible the Air Expel. Those are like the main objectives for us, and if those are going down, that will be awesome. Now obviously the next thing for us is starting off with the Dragons, because they're really slow, so they're taking their time, but you have so many spells with them. Now you guys might wonder, Itsu, you said you want to do Dragons, why exactly do you use the Siege Barracks? Well, the clan castle is really far on the other side, so this means we do not lure any ground troops, and at the same time we have some more dragons in the clan castle, and we use the P.E.K.K.A. kinda as a tank and as a next, like an additional funnel option, because we had to use our king early on. So now our dragons are getting into the town hall, and whoa, this is actually surprising me. The warden is following? Guys, make sure to stay tuned for tomorrow, like get back tomorrow for the next sneak peek. But let's get back into the attack, because now the dragons are getting to the back end. We're using the Royal Gem at the top side, using a couple of minions right in behind. The right air defense, we took that already down at the beginning, so there's not too much damage. And even though this base used, I think, at least 2 air expos, there's not a big change, not like a big chance which the base actually has against all of those dragons. Just take a look, the dragons are just overpowering the back end, even though the single Inferno Tower is staying pretty long and it's pretty annoying, but still, like, there's so many dragons left on the right side as well. So dragons, they are crazy and they're back in my opinion, not only as Dragbat version where you kinda depending on the enemy wizard tower placement and everything, but on this one, it's always working. Like, you can't really do anything about that if the attacker is zapping your sweeper and your air defense. What should you do about that as the defender? You can't really place your things out of the village or whatever. So that's pretty crazy, and I think dragons have a huge comeback. And if you want to try it, just make sure to try those dragons on the new update. But if you think that's the only army which is having a huge benefit of the new levels and everything, you're wrong. You're damn wrong. Because, well, you have another army which got buffed as well, which is air, and once again, this time it's Lalo. And I think the new update is highlighting air attacks way more than ground, because we had the new ground trap, which means like the spring trap, and we had the new cannon levels. So the cannon levels obviously is making like queen charges a bit tougher, and this makes queen charge higher, for example, a little bit tougher, or there's over more damage against Yeti Smash. So I think those ground attacks got hit pretty heavily, but at the same time those air attacks got buffed pretty heavily as well. We took already down both sweepers, and I know not on every base there are 2 sweepers right next to each other, but still, sometimes you just take it. On this one, we take down the multi-Inferno Tower and the Queen, and now we can just get started with our Lalo. Now, once again, we have so many freaking spells left because we didn't really need too many spells already. In the beginning, we used 1 freeze and 2 zaps, which means we have still tons of freezes, we have still tons of haste spells, and another rage for the Tano as well. So let's get started with the Slammer, just to make sure that we're taking down the last remaining air defending hero, which is kind of our first target, obviously. The poison over there as well, so she's dealing no damage at all, kinda. And now, like I said, the Lava Hounds, they're looking so sick in those attacks, flying across the base. And come on, they're so tanky. It's crazy. Those Lava Hounds are so freaking tanky. It is basically, it is insane. But just take a look at this Loon Parade. And once again, it's surprising for you maybe, but the Warden is once again following. I mean, like I said, let's get back tomorrow for that. But now let's talk about the Lalo and just talk about this huge overkill of the Loons. Thanos getting taken out, we still have tons of spells left, and there's nearly no damage on the backhand either, so this is going to be a huge overkill, and this is going to be the last attack of this sneak peek. So if you guys are excited, well, then you feel the same as I do, because I think air getting back is a really nice thing, and I think, well, it makes ground attack stronger again as well, because then you need more Black Mines against Lalo, you need more Black Mines against Dragons, you need those Expos set on air again, so I think it's going to be a nice change of the meta. It's really going to be really exciting. And if you want to see what is going to happen next at the next sneak peek, well, the next sneak peek is already coming tomorrow, and that's going to be a couple of quality of life improvements. And if you want to see those, if you want to have my opinion on them, well, make sure to follow this channel and make sure to come back tomorrow at the same time. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the sneak peek, and let me know what is your favorite aspect so far of the sneak peeks and what you guys want to see next. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys back tomorrow. Until then, see ya and bye bye.